attention to the health problems that people have, that they've been suffering with since the time of the Trinity test. The bomb was detonated on a platform 100 feet in the air. You guys may know some of this already, so forgive me if I'm repeating things you already know. The bomb was detonated on a platform 100 feet in the air, and so it created a very large radioactive fallout. The cloud, they estimate, went 4 to 7 miles into the atmosphere and obviously dispersed fallout all over the region. The bomb was a plutonium-based bomb, and the isotope associated with plutonium, in this case, has a half-life of 24,000 years. So we know that plutonium was dispersed in the vicinity and that people were exposed to the radioactive isotope of plutonium. The thing about the bomb also that's important to note is that they packed it with 13 pounds of plutonium, but only about 3 pounds of plutonium detonated. So that means that 10 pounds of plutonium was dispersed into the atmosphere, got into our soil, the water, etc. In 1990, the U.S. government set up a fund to compensate the people living downwind of the Nevada test site. It's called the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. It's paid out over $2 billion in claims. But what's more important, it's provided people downwind of the Nevada test site in places like Nevada, Idaho, Colorado, Arizona, and Utah with much needed health care, which in a state like New Mexico, where we have the poverty that we do, that's got all these areas that are basically pretty remote and far away from good health care, people here it would change lives if they had access to a health card that gave them the very best health care that's available. And so we want the government to come here and acknowledge that they did damage the people living in the surrounding area, and we want them to extend the compensation to the people of New Mexico as well. This is a moral and an ethical issue. Recently I've started saying, what does it say about a government that poisons its people and walks away for 70 years? And that's the dilemma that we're faced with. We are now undertaking what's called a health impact assessment. We actually have a grant from the Santa Fe Community Foundation, and 8 years ago I developed a health survey that we are now working very diligently to get as many copies back from basically 2 counties, Otero County, which encompasses Alamogordo, Tularosa, Mescalero primarily, and then Socorro County, which the biggest populous areas are Socorro, San Antonio, and Magdalena. We're going to take those health surveys, which we already have close to 1,000 of, and we would be able to hire an expert like a health physicist or an epidemiologist to interpret what the data means, and then we'll write a paper, a scientific paper about what our data has basically told us.